Hey everyone, welcome back to our kitchen. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Yes, I have to bend down like this because my camera is tilted, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Today, I'm going to show you how I make my marinara sauce. A lot of people have been asking me to show you how I make my marinara sauce. Um, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I'm also going to be water bath canning it for you too. If you are going to be water bath canning for pints, it's 35 minutes. For quarts, it's 40 minutes. And yes, all these spices that you see, yeah, I'm kind of crazy when it comes to my spices in my marinara. Okay. Funny story, real quick. When my son was in high school, we had one of his friends over for dinner, and I was making my sauce, of course, and um, he was watching me cook. Oh, there's Stormy. Hi, bud. And I heard him say to my son, "Your mom is like a bartender, but with spices." I I laughed. Kids these days, no kidding. So I'm going to start off by showing you everything that I use. Okay. Obviously, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, basil, parsley, oregano, Italian seasoning, lemon juice to bring up the pH. Okay. And then I use crushed tomatoes. Okay. Now, you don't have to use the same spices that I use. You can, go about to your own palate, of course. Okay. I am going to be water bath canning quarts today. Um, so let's get started. Okay. So I'm going to stand up so you're not going to be able to see my face, but that's okay. So it's going to get a little loud because I am going to be using my can opener. And I am going to be heating the sauce up first before we put it in the cans, okay? And of course, make sure that your jars are nice and sanitized and your water in your canner is going. Not quite sure if I'll be using all these jars, but we'll see what the outcome is. And as you guys know, I buy in bulk, so just about everything that I have here comes from Sam's Club. Did I get sauce on my forehead? I wouldn't doubt it. And of course, if I make a case for this house, I got to make a case for the kids' house too. because we are going to be filling up their pantries as well. I'll tell you, I never thought in a million years I would miss the noise. You know what I'm saying? I know you parents out there know what I'm talking about. The noise of the grandkids and your adult children not living at home anymore. It does something, you know? Okay, so these cans, just in case I forgot, they're 28-ounce cans, okay? And I'm opening up seven cans, okay? Just in case you can't hear me. All right, now, when it comes to adding my spices, no, I do not measure. I go by taste and taste alone. But that's just me. You do you, okay? So now I'm going to bring my pot over to the stove. The water in this canner is looking nice. All right. I am using a lot of sauce, so I'm going to add, I'm going to say about a cup of lemon juice to make sure that the pH balance is where it should be. Right on. All right, cool beans. Okay. Every Italian mom has a wooden spoon. All right, now, like I said, it all depends on you and how much and what kind of spices you want to use, okay? I'm just going with my typicals, okay? My usuals that I use for just about every recipe, which is my onion powder, my garlic powder. I would use garlic clove, but when I am making, say I'm making a sauce for spaghetti, okay, for my Sunday sauce, right? Um, I did a video on canning tomatoes. Those tomatoes that I can, it's tomatoes and basil and garlic, okay? I will add a can of that and then a can of marinara for my Sunday sauce. So I'm not going to put in garlic clove when there's already garlic clove in with the tomatoes and the basil, okay? Now, my utmost favorite spice to use with tomatoes is basil. So, in my eyes, I can't get enough basil. So, I'm going to also use more basil in this recipe, even though there's already basil in with my tomatoes, okay? All right. So now, like I said, um, I do not measure. I go by taste and taste alone. Okay. So I'm gonna bring all of my spices over here. we're going to get to it. Right on. So hang on. Okay, so now I'm going to start putting in the spices. Okay, we'll go with pepper. And like I said, I never measure, all right? There's onion, salt. I use pink Himalayan, okay? Salt brings out the taste of everything. So you want to be generous, but not too generous because you don't want to get overwhelmed with salt, okay? You don't want to be like, yeah, that's salty. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now let's bring on the oregano. And parsley. And the basil. The garlic. I love garlic. Did I ever tell you the story about when I was pregnant with my son, Andrew? My pregnancy craving was raw garlic. It's terrible. and then Italian seasoning. Okay, so let's mix that all together. Now you can choose to hot pack or cold pack your sauce, okay? But my preferred method is to hot pack. All right. Let's taste. Perfection. Okay. All right, so now let's start with filling our jars, okay? Like I said, I'm using quart-sized jars today, all right? So let's take the infamous Italian mom wooden spoon out of the pot and let's start filling our jars. And don't forget, when you're done filling your jars, to wipe your rims. Leave a 1-inch headspace. Voila. In tomorrow's video, I have been asked to show you how to do meatballs. So I'm going to be doing meatballs, okay? And I got the recipe from a community member who happens to be a very good friend of mine, who I have gotten a lot of inspiration from, and she has lit a fire under my tuchus. So I am going to be using her recipe on canning meatballs, okay? So that video will be coming tomorrow for you guys, all right? So I hope you are ready for that one. I swear, you guys are such an inspiration to me. You really, truly are. I don't know where I would be without you guys. I'm not kidding, you know. This marinara sauce smells so good. And it's that smell that lingers in the house all day long, you know? It's that infamous smell that your home smell, you know? Especially when you grow up with this kind of aroma in the house, like how I did, with my Nona growing up with this kind of smell in the house. She always had a pot of sauce going and making homemade macs and things like that. Wow, do I miss her. Rest in peace, Nona. You were the true inspiration behind who I am today, who I will be tomorrow. One amazing woman. One amazing woman. Okay, so those 7 jars only did 6 quarts. But hey, you know what? That's cool. Okay, because who said I'm going to stop at just 6? All right, so let's get our vinegar. And let's get these rims done. Right on. All right. Lids and rings. Lids and rings. Hand tight only. Get on there. And in the canner they are going. And I will be back in 40 minutes. And now for the finished product. Here it is, guys. All right, that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.